doesn't, just leaving the United States out of it. And so they know that they're going to have to sculpt this thing so that it suits their purposes. And before when we went to break, I said it is possible that they may try something simultaneously to bring sovereign debt nations into a meeting because they say there's going to be chaos, and they'll make all kinds of excuses prior to the election. But I think the chances of that happening are maybe 30%. I think it's much more likely that starting toward the end of the year that they will be making announcements that we got to get together and sort this thing out, and we got to have that meeting that I have referred to of all the nations, revaluing, devaluing, defaulting among nations, a new international trading unit such as a G7 weighted and perhaps even partially backed by gold. They're going to have to do something, and it's going to come sometime between, let's say, October and the end of next year. And the situation in the United States...
Hold on, October this year and then the end of next year. You say sometime in there.
Right. And in the United States, we're still experiencing, as they are in Ireland and Spain, these tremendous losses in the real estate business, both commercial now as well as the residential. And the number of people who are losing homes is phenomenal. And on top of that, the amount of people getting laid off is less than it's been, but it's still in the minus column. In other words, unemployment is continuing to grow, but at a lesser rate. The stimulus, which is in process right now, of which, we hear so many varying stories. The government says that they've got 35% of the money yet to go, and others in Washington, when I talk to, say, look, the money's all gone. And all
right, Bob, we're almost out of time. So bottom line, we're in a real depression. The media propaganda won't paper over that. And the globalists are damned if they do, damned if they don't. So they may want to intensify the crisis. We'll continue to follow that. I wanted to bring Ted Anderson up for just 2 minutes and then plug International Forecaster for folks that want to get a copy of it. Because I didn't dump gold. I bought it $280 or 300 or 400 or 500 or 600. And when it went down a few weeks ago, I didn't dump it. Now it's gone right back up because I know there's concerted global devaluing of currencies together by the G20. We just put up the headline out of Australia 2 weeks ago, secret banking summit by the 24 top private central banks of the world. Clearly, they are just absolutely out of control. And regardless, we know they're devaluing currencies. Gold is the place to be. I wanted to bring Ted up briefly because I know he's busy. But Ted, you've been offering a deal of francs that you bought back at the 1,050 level with its 1,100. What's gold at today, Ted?
Well, gold high today is 1,126. Currently, right now, gold is trading right around 1,120. So it's gone up quite a bit since that 1,050 range.
Yeah. So it's gone up over $70. It's gone up over $70. What's the deal you're offering now? And can you still offer somebody buys one coin that was at the price when it was $70-something less, and they get a free yearly subscription to the International Forecaster?
Yeah, they do. It's the franc. The franc coin is a 1/5 of an ounce gold coin, and currently, right now, they're trading for $249.61. Now, if you buy one of those coins, Midas is going to pay for the $159 subscription fee to have the International Forecaster for a year for you. And I don't know how I can make this easier, but that comes out to be about $480 in gold in the price if you take that subscription money out of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that turns the clock back about 10 years to buy gold at that price. That is Alex, it's a great deal. It's all about educating the people and getting people interested in gold, obviously. And
you're saying you can still offer that, because you were talking 3 days ago that you were about to get rid of it. You're still offering that deal.
I can still offer that deal because I still have supply. I was able to buy enough, and in addition to that, gold prices have gone up, and then it backed off a little bit, which kind of scares people away from the marketplace. I wish people were smarter than that, Alex, because they really need to be getting into the gold right now. Bob is talking about October. You and I both know there's going to be a lot of motivating factors this fall that are just going to drive people to gold like crazy. It's like a time machine. Once you get into the fall, gold and silver just rages forward, and there's so many economic problems then.
Well, bottom line, the bankers have been trying to drive down gold. They've been unsuccessful. You bought gold when it was $1,050. It's $1,120 something today. You're offering it to them at the lower price. You buy it when it's low, sell it when it's high at the old low price, and give people the free newsletter that's invaluable. This is a thick newsletter. Tell us about your newsletter, Bob Chapman.
It's finance, economic, social, and political issues all over the world. By email, we produce a publication every Wednesday and Saturday, runs around 40 pages each time. And for the people who are not on the Internet, we have a hard copy as well that goes out twice a month. So I can't see how anybody can turn down Ted's offer.
Absolutely. 800-686-2237. The gold prices on his website are a lot higher, and they're still great deals. This is for my audience. Ted, can you run this through Sunday?
Yeah, we're going to run it right straight through Sunday. And you got to remember that Federal Reserve raising the interest rates was to shore up the value of the U.S. dollar, and gold's going up anyways. That should be a telltale sign for people to be getting into gold.
800-686-2237, 800-686-2237. Brokers will be there till about 10 tonight Central. There'll be some of them there on the weekend. If they don't answer, leave your name and number. You'll still be able to get the deal on Monday if you got your call in by Sunday evening. 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237, and get that free copy of the International Forecaster and get the gold at a cheaper price, or go to the internationalforecaster.com and pay for it. Bob Chapman, thank you so much for spending time with us. We'll see you next Friday.
Surely, and thank you all for listening.
Ted Anderson, again, one more time. Explain to people the deal they're getting here.
Yeah, it's a franc coin. It's the coin that was used in Europe for trading. It's out of Belgium. It's out of, Switzerland had them. The French had them. It's a 1/5 of an ounce gold coin. Right now it's at $2.49. Bob Chapman's newsletter is $1.59. So if you take $2.49 and you multiply it by 5 and you subtract the $1.59 from that, you're going to find about $480 gold. I don't know how I can make it easier for you to buy gold and also give yourself an education at the same time. Hopefully be able to make some smart decisions about your money. Because I can tell you right now there's way too many cracks in the plaster. The United States is way too far into debt. The European countries right now obviously are falling apart. And for some reason, they think they can bail each other out. I mean, the United States can't bail out Europe. We can't even bail ourselves out.
And they're devaluing currencies simultaneously. 800-686-2237. Ted, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me up, Alex.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to now move to your calls quickly. Please throw out your question, your comment, and move the next person. In the last 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to have Rob doing here. He knew and was off and on with different bands with Joe Stack, who it turned out supposedly played with Joe Ely and all these other big Austin. Rob Dew says he was an incredible musician, very quiet, didn't talk about politics. We'll talk to him in studio. Let's go to Ron in Texas. Ron, thanks for holding.
No problem, Alex. I appreciate you letting me take the call. I just want to be real quick and say that today on Fox News, they had another interview with another band member that Mr. Stacks played with. And he basically said the same thing that Mr. Dew said yesterday, that this guy was a real intelligent, was very squared away individual. He was basically baffled at what happened. You could, if you was able to go back and see the report yourself, you could clearly see that the reporter was trying to get something more out of him other than what, the individual was saying. And after reading that Mr. Stacks, I don't want to call it a manifesto because it doesn't sound like one to me. It sounds more like a personal vent of his frustrations. It shows his intelligence. He's just frustrated, or was frustrated, and I think what we're seeing is a change in tactic as far as, like some people label psyops. It's where an individual actually does something on their own, but yet the higher echelons of, lack of a better term, the enemy, will let it play